Peace, family. Peace, family. This is Empress Sade with the MOORS News Network, and we are
Peace,
back.
peace.
Yes, we are back with a part two, for the introduction of the self-governing program that was being brought to us by Alfredo Bey as well as Anton L. And today we have Anton L in front of us, and he's going to speak a little bit further and give more introduction on what they're bringing to the table. And then we will, kind of take it from there from that point. But at this present time, I would like to pass over the mic to Anton L. Thank you. Thank you, Nobility, for being here and giving us this information. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you. It is our duty to do it, and we do it with gratitude, and we do it with a smile. um, just to give you a little bit of further vision on this, our mission statement, I'll read it here. Our mission is to advance the sovereignty, prosperity, and intellectual empowerment of Moorish and American Indian communities through principled governance, strategic education, and culturally grounded leadership. Guided by the ancestral wisdom of the Jeep Iroquois tribe, the community centered initiatives of Bey and Associates, and the disciplined scholarship of the Academic Chamber of Masterful Thought, we work to strengthen law, order, expand economic opportunity, and cultivate masterful thinkers capable of shaping global policy and commerce. As stewards of heritage and architects of the future, we are committed to building institutions that honor our identity, protect our rights, and elevate our people on the world stage. And if I can continue further, um, I wanted
Yes,
to.
absolutely. Absolutely. You can go through everything that you want to share right now. Absolutely.
Okay, okay. Um, I'll just text the brother right here. Just give me some grace to text him. Okay, please join here. Here he comes. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'll thank you for that grace right there, sister. Uh, Distinguished executives, honored officers, respected investors, and esteemed members of the Moorish and American Indian communities. It is a privilege to stand before you in a capacity as commissioner and minister law advocate, a role rooted in service, lawful order, and the advancement of our people on the global stage. Today, I represent a unified network of institutions whose mission coverage around sovereignty, education, and strategic empowerment. Bey and Associates stand as a cornerstone of community development, legal cultural literacy, and organizational leadership. Our work strengthens the foundations upon which families, businesses, and nations build their futures. The Jeep Iroquois tribe carries forward the diplomatic and governmental tradition shaped by the Great Law of Peace, a constitutional philosophy that has influenced modern governance worldwide. Through this lineage, we honor the wisdom of our ancestors while engaging with contemporary systems of law, commerce, and international relations. The Academic Chamber of Masterful Thought serves as our intellectual engine, cultivating disciplined reasoning, strategic analysis, and mastery of thought. It is a forum where leaders refine their judgment, deepen their cultural literacy, and prepare to navigate the complexities of global leadership. Together, these institutions form a powerful triad: heritage, scholarship, and governance, aligned for economic empowerment and cultural sovereignty. As we gather here today, we do so with a shared purpose to elevate our communities, expand our influence, and build sustainable pathways for investment, innovation, and intergovernmental collaboration. Our vision is not confined to the past. It is directed toward a future where Moorish and American Indian nations stand as respected partners in global commerce, diplomacy, and intellectual leadership. And so I welcome you, not just as attendees, but as architects of a new era, an era defined by lawful order, strategic unity, and the enduring strength of our ancestral wisdom. And I thank you for letting me share that.
Absolutely, that was beautiful. Absolutely. I know you stated that Alfro may have a little bit more to share now. Um,
Correct. And I see that he is
Yeah, I'm here. I don't have much more to share. I was ready for the Q&As, but I just do want to make sure that any unclarified questions that arise, that everyone who has those questions, please feel free to
mhm.
reach out. Don't hesitate. I know some things might seem confusing, some things might go over everyone's heads a little bit, but feel free to just reach out for clarifications on any.
Well, so I will say this because I do have some questions, but I would love to have the presentation in front, and I know we can't do
correct.
that right now.
Correct.
But I do remember you stating in the very beginning how and I know people, this is where some of the confusion may come into people say, I want to talk to people like, we're sharing this if somebody is new, as well as the people that are and more advanced, right, to these concepts. Um, and the beginning part of the portion, I remember you stating that you guys are working with the United States and basically taking over um the trust, basically. And I just wanted the trust that is, I'll let Alfro go deeper into it because I don't want to say anything that I think you're saying. I want you to kind of go a little deeper of what you are saying. And this is just the basic beginning because certain people may be new to these concepts. Um,
Correct.
and so my question is to go deeper on how are you guys planning to um be able to facilitate that to take over? And is it going to be you guys this nation over the United States, and then the United States is under it, or is it more like taken away from the United States corporation, and as the United States corporation is going away? um
Okay, very great question. And yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I do want to clarify. So we are not taking over anything, and we're not claiming a position above the United States. We are claiming a partnership, the original partnership that existed, that was established uh, after the Great Law of Peace. It was established, the perpetual union that was established with the original Confederacy that was here and in place. So for those who are somewhat familiar with the sense that we were here before the Europeans got here, there was a series of events that led to them coming here in the first place. There's various reasons as to why they were being shipped here, why they were coming over here in droves. And then there's at least two background reasons to why the United States was established. And the main reason was to establish a sense of diplomacy and civility for those who were not tied to this nation to be able to come here to have some form or semblance of citizenship without the ownership of property and things of that nature. So the United States is supposed to be a trustee company, corporation, to facilitate the estates and the the estates and the equity of the people who are here. Their job is to be like what the bank is supposed to be for us, and what any other agency is supposed to be for us. It's supposed to be a supplement to us. So we are establishing and reestablishing, so to speak. I'm on the phone, baby. We are reestablishing, so to speak, the one second, sorry. we're reestablishing the connection and the contract of the original Confederate States and the union that was set up originally that gave birth to the United States. So we're pretty much, in other words, reestablishing the order and the situation that the United States is supposed to be in, where it
Because
is a
most people
partnership.
believe, if I may interject, most people
Yeah, go
believe
ahead. I was going to give you that.
that's over. That was a long time ago. That was just, yeah, they like, that's over. That's a long time ago. So from this point on, we were able to bring some clarity of what was created. It's not something that they had and they were harnessed in and they cut it off for us. It's something that's why it's called perpetual. It doesn't end.
Right. It was something that we established as our people. And so, though it may have been taken over, we're not taking it back over. We're reestablishing the original connection. So, yeah. So that, I hope that clarifies and answers that question for you, Empress.
It does. It does. Now my question, and any of you brothers can answer it. In some people said because of how things have been, and what they see of the United States corporation and the system in place, that has already been set. Some people would say, why would we want to continue to work with them if that system has been failing? And it definitely, and I'm not just talking about failing us, because of course we have to do our own self-governing and put our paperwork in place and establish who we are, on the record, and do the things that you're saying. Um, but if I guess what I would say, like, basically, whatever we had in place prior, why wouldn't we just stick with that and remove ourselves away from the United States corporation and not deal with them at all? I think that's more of the question.
That's a great question as well. And I'm gonna let Anton elaborate a little more on this, but I'm gonna answer it like this. Imagine that your parents, left a large inheritance to you, like a company, a service company in your name. But by the time you realized that it was yours, you had just coming out of a coma, you was asleep or unconscious for long time. And now you have just been given the information that these people, there's a certain, people who are pretending to be you, who are using your company, have been benefiting from your company, misusing your estate, and they're acting as if they're your friends, but they're not. But this company is yours; it belongs to you, and you should be reaping the benefits from it. We're simply coming back with that awareness and saying, okay, y'all done messed all the things up. Let me go and look at all this paperwork. Let me look at everything and try to fix this thing before y'all destroy my company, because this is what was set up for me. And before I go ahead and try to start a whole new one, let me see if there's anything in here that I can reestablish, anything that I can fix. And so we can, and in a sense, in essence, we are in our own, like I said, under our own vine and fig tree. We have set up our own governance and our own operation. We have the ability to create and develop any industry that the United States has their hand in. We can establish any company, any corporation, any bank that they are operating under right now. We can have our own version. So we can do that, or we can just reestablish the communications and connections with the things that are already existing and make them work for us. And if they won't, or if they're too dysfunctional to repair, then we have the ability to create a new one. But either way, in either operation, it takes people taking those positions and fulfilling those duties. So right now we need to do a whole bunch of firing and rehiring. But we need the people that are going to take those positions. It would make no sense for us to go in and shut things down and then not have the things facilitated, not have a replacement, not have something or people ready to operate in a way to preserve, what we have within it. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're seeking now with this communications, is to find those people that are willing and ready to take those positions and manage certain operations, people who've been interested in certain sections of government or certain industries, to take leadership roles in those positions so that we can establish, reestablish, or recreate what we need to get our nation and our own vine fig tree flowing from the roots to the leaves. So I'll yield and pass it on to Anton with any further elaborations.
Thank you, Nobility. And now we will go back to Anton L. If you can please unmute your mic and share whatever that you would like to share with the people today as well. That would be appreciated. I don't know if he can hear. I'll give it a few seconds because if he can't unmute his mic or
Brother Anton, you
something's
there?
There we go. Yeah, I couldn't.
okay. There
I
he
couldn't.
is.
It took me a little moment here to do such a thing. Thank you for the grace there.
Oh, no
Some
problem. No problem.
technical difficulties there. So if you can rephrase that again, I can elaborate on that.
Well,
Al, what was that?
oh, okay.
I was just saying you can go ahead and just elaborate more on the statement about what was it about the taking over, or not taking over, but the replacing of the United States government versus reestablishing the partnership. If you have anything
Yes,
else to say
we
about that.
appreciate that they have their own, that they have their platform and they have their own institutions and things of that nature. And we are not warring with them. We don't have any, ill will. That's what they're doing over there on that end. That's their karma. That's what they do over here. On this end, we are reconnecting our people. We are expressing what our ancestors have set forth for us. And we are doing it in a manner that is effective and not just experimental. We don't want to stop the momentum of anyone trying to stand up for themselves or whatever they believe in, because any resistance is good resistance to tyranny. So we don't really want to say, hey, you should do it this way, or we should do it that way, or we got this correct way. But I would say it's extremely productive, and us as a collective group doing it together would be also extremely effective. And as far as not dealing with them, we have to have diplomatic relations. So that's not realistic to that point to some extent. But what we can do is we can establish for us institutions that we can utilize for when our people are looking for it, instead of asking for permission all the time. We have something in us to where we asking them for permission to do everything. And we feel justified when they give us a response. As Al said, it would make sense to dissolve those institutions where we don't have, something to replace it. And that's where we give a beginning. That's when we give a chance. The prophet set up some great things, but people just aren't getting it. Many are getting it, but it's not in layman terms for them. It's not structured for them to just hop on board and start realistically using it in their lives, because it takes a lot of research and study. What we do also provides that, but we make it like where we've done the hard work for them. We've done most of the hard work. So they could just come in and take position and just live effectively within their lives, because they want to be left alone and just live their lives. You can do that, and it's well established, and it's the perpetual platform that was established, and it can't be taken away, even if we want to have it taken away. Some may say, I don't want to be a part of that. Unfortunately, they're part of it, whether they want to be a part of it or not. Because I'll give you an example. When the so-called president or plenipotentiary of the United States is elected, he delivers what to the people? The state of the what? State of the
Union.
union, the
Mm-hmm.
perpetual union, to this very day. So when they tell you it's over, that's where the skeleton bones are buried. That's a part of, where some of the answers are at right there. and I'm sure a lot of other studied, well astute brains would kind of start putting that information together. But Al, you have the floor. I mean, sister, you have
Yeah.
the floor.
Well, I was going to say one more thing. I'll give one more example. Is um, for instance, the DMV. We're all familiar with the DMV.
Yeah, that's kind of
Now, what people don't understand is that the DMV is not a government organization; it's a subsidiary company. It holds a monopoly. The United States, or at least the conspirators that are using the United States, have established the DMV as a monopoly when it comes to the traffic or road laws and road regulations. When now we could go and create a
uh,
contract
yeah.
with the DMV. We could establish contracts, right? We can do that through trust. We can all do that on an individual level, or we can create our own
No,
uh, version, our own company.
no. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was
That's
gonna
what.
say we can create our own company and utilize the same, the
That's
same structure and things that the DMV has as well. So instead of using theirs, or instead of going to their Walmart, we can go create our own Walmart, so to speak. You had something to say on that, Anton?
No, I was talking over here to my daughter. It sounded like I was
Yeah,
responding to that.
yeah,
No.
just
Okay.
you. But yeah,
That was a great example. I do have a lot more questions, but we're pretty much at the 40-minute mark. So I want you guys, at least for today, to share information on how can people get in contact with you to learn more, if they want to be a part and learn about the different positions um, that that is needed, and so forth. And if anyone would like to share that, this would be the perfect time. We have about 3 minutes.
Okay, I'll give the emails, the Proton ones.
yep. So you can reach out to us directly at lbay ASSTS at pm.me. That's ELBEYASSTS at P as in Paul .me. M as in Mary. Um, and you can also reach out to us via LinkedIn and Facebook. Just search Bey and Associates. We have websites and things of that coming soon, but right now we need a lot of background work. We need a lot of stuff done. We need more people on the team. We have a few, but we can really use anyone else with their expertise and skills and dedication. So just reach out to us for further correspondence. Facebook and LinkedIn, and let's communicate. Let's start building. Let's start getting all your processes, anything that you have court related. Let's start getting those things completed. Any kind of conflicts, legal issues that anybody's having, anything that's been incomplete or you've had an unsatisfied ruling. Let's look at it. We can see what we can do to support that. And yeah, just reach out, and either one of us will get back to you. You can, like I said, through those channels. Again, the email Bey and Associates, ASSTS at pm.me. And I am looking forward to connecting with any one of you and all of you, so we can really get to the next stage. This is the year that we can do it. So let's do it together. Now you.
Absolutely. This year is the year of the horse, the fire horse. And when you think about horses is about movement, it's about power, it's about strength. And when you think about fire, it's about action, it's about passion. And this is the year to start taking that action and building that strength, or using the strength that you have within to do the things that you know you guys need to do or have been putting off. This is the year for action. This is the year for action. Things are going to be moving a little bit faster and so forth. So I just want to share that part. But also, um, I would definitely, if you guys would like, I can put the information within the video in the description below, so people can reach out to you guys. And if that's something that you guys want, please feel free to send me that information and I'll share that with everybody. We have less than a minute. Thank both of you. I want to thank both of you so much for coming
Thank
on,
you.
sharing
Thank
this.
you.
This is very important for us, for our nation. Please, people, reach out because you just don't know how that this may help you, your processes, your family.